What's going on, Pat?
Oh, nothing much, Tom. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right, dude. Hanging in there. A little tired, but we'll get through it. Do you want to tell the listeners about what happened last week?
Zach was here.
Primarily, or specifically with the end of our episode.
My computer ran out of space and it cut off all of my audio.
Yeah. Which we spent quite a while trying to figure out why. Dropbox said you sent an hour and a half file, but it was only like 20 megs.
It took about saying it took 2 seconds to upload is overselling it. It was a very quick. It was like uploading, I don't know, the equivalent of a blank Word document or something.
Yeah, so Pat kept sending me the audio over and over and over, and we just could not figure out why. Not only was it only a couple seconds long, but it was getting shorter every time.
Right.
And we found out that your hard drive filled up halfway through the episode. You were able to clear out some space, but it was funny because it did drop about 3 minutes of audio from the show, which I had to edit around, which we didn't really lose too much. But we had, I think we lost, I don't remember. I was there and I listened to it during editing. I think we might have lost the whole story about stealing the beer from the neighbor's garage. And we definitely missed some really good stories about the band. I don't know how much more they wanted to listen to of it, but we missed some good stuff.
I bought this computer for maybe $200 with a Groupon. It is a light blue Windows, when I told you the gigs, you were like, what, is that like an old iPod of yours or something? And
like 23
I had to
gigs of storage.
I had to Google how to scrub all your files, do a computer check, and it tells me right now I only have enough disk space for 5 hours of recording. So
well, I'm really glad that it happened though, because it forced me to check where my storage space is at, because my computer has 500 gigs of space. I have a terabyte slow 7200 spinning disk hard drive, which is 1,000 gigs, and I have a solid state hard drive to work off of, and that's only 250 gigs, and it was very close to being maxed out. Like I would have maxed out before this episode was done. So if that didn't happen to you last week, it probably would have happened to me this week.
Oh, well, silver lining.
Right? I deleted I backed up all of our episodes and Ad Astra's episodes, and it was like 250 gigs, I think.
Wow.
I
think that's several of my computer's memories worth.
Which is extraordinary, man. I mean, these are an hour and a half shows, and that means each episode has been about, was that 10 gigs? 8 gigs?
I don't know.
That's insane. It's crazy.
You're saying a lot of numbers, and that is not registering. I apologize. I have no clue.
There we go. So anyway, apologies for the sudden ending with last week's episode. It is just Pat and I here alone today, and let's get this thing started.
We're not alone. We have each other.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
So how was your weekend? How has everything been?
Good.
Okay.
Jesse came up. We went to it was actually we've been really budgeting and not having fun during the weeks just so we can kind of let loose on the weekends, and we've seen each other a few weekends in a row now, so we're getting back into this groove. But we've been having this past weekend maybe a little too much fun, to the point where she was trying to buy tickets to a Reds game next week, and just the steps it took to create an account and buy a pair of tickets for an online purchase, we were just dreading. She was like, if it's not beer or tacos, I am just so over it. I don't know. She, which is kind of the tone of, I guess, what we were doing for a 48-hour period. just like, steps, typing.
Right.
Brutal. But we had a very fun, very good time. And I missed my sister's 30th birthday in Austin.
Big one.
Mostly for budgetary reasons.
Sure.
But shout out to her. Happy birthday. And I am very sorry I could not make it. They did like a river float and very Austin-y type hip stuff.
Awesome.
So
it was in Austin. That's
a lot
right.
of her friends came down. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, it kind of stinks, like she's pretty far, but I still wish I would have been able to make it and blah, 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 adulting, this and that, but still a good weekend.
Right. Man, yeah, I've been on Google looking at plane tickets a lot for the past couple weeks. I still need to buy my tickets, my flight to the podcast conference in Anaheim in August. Also need to figure out where I'm going to stay because the discounted rate at the Marriott is $198 a night. And it's like 3 nights. And obviously your boy cannot afford that.
It's a pretty penny. Yeah. Now you kind of know where I am coming from a little bit when I try to explain why I have been so in the hole after like months of flying and things like that.
Yeah. And Zach, former theoretical third host, now sometimes literal. He is planning on coming to spend a weekend in Denver, flying from Minneapolis within the next few weeks. And then my mom was talking about coming in a few weeks after. Our house is going to be busy the next 2 months, man. We got someone staying with us tomorrow on Tuesday, which is why we're recording a day earlier. They're going to be staying in my studio. And then Ryan Zimmerman, a kid from our high school who I went to college with briefly, he is flying into Denver, I think, Saturday night, staying with me. And then I'm like driving him like 3 hours out to this ranch, like where he's doing a summer work program at a wood shop art gallery. And then like the next week, Zach's supposed to be staying. Then 2 weeks after that, Megan's mom and stepdad are staying. And then 2 weeks after that, my mom's staying. Stressed out thinking about it, dude. But
that doesn't sound very stressful. That sounds great.
Yeah.
It might get a little tiring, but,
Yeah. Oh, no. It's definitely more tiring than stressful in terms of friends being here. And my mom's fine, too. I don't know. The in-law type situation, not that we're engaged yet, but a little stressful.
It's been a while since you've lived with them. Asking if the wheels are greased is the wrong phrasing. Do you get along with them?
Sorry, what was that?
And when I say wrong phrasing, I mean I wasn't even close.
What did you say though?
You get along with them?
Yeah, I got along with them. It was just I had no personal space whatsoever. Didn't have a second alone for like 2 years when we lived with them. Any newer listeners of the show, I recommend you start at episode 1 and work your way up. That's obviously a huge commitment.
Start on episode 2. Episode 1's a farce. It doesn't even really exist.
I lived with my girlfriend's mom and stepdad for 2 years, saving up to eventually move across the country, which I did. I've been here for about 7 months now. Yeah, I've been here for half a year, and that means we've been doing our podcast for half a year. I think we should maybe take some time to reflect on that. But yeah, man, I don't know. It was a really rough 2 years. But this is gonna be fine. They're really great people, so I don't want to complain too much. But it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I really like my weekends. I'm gone 70 hours a week for work. I basically just podcast and sleep at my house now. I don't really do anything else. So weekends are pretty sacred. I like to sit on the couch and play Zelda until I can't physically do it anymore, and then I go to bed.
Yeah, when I was sick, when we were both sick a couple weeks back, I think that was pretty much the direct result of never having a weekend at my apartment.
Right.
Yeah. I was in Erie and Philly and Cincy and Albuquerque, and luckily, thankfully, I've had a few weekends where visitors have come here, and you get to at least be in your own bed, which maybe it's a psychological thing more than anything else, as opposed to hours of sleep. But Yeah, it'll be good. Just make sure you get your sleep in between. Are there any break weekends in between the visits? Or
Yeah, I think there's like a weekend in between, but
make sure you just do nothing that one weekend, and I think you'll be safe.
Right.
I think the bliss of seeing all those old friends will carry over.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, sorry I can't make it out when Zach makes it out.
It's okay, man. It is surprisingly expensive to get to Denver from Cleveland.
Yeah, there might be a Frontier flight, but they have such specific times and things.
Right. I mean, Zach's flight was looking like, if he got it on the right weekend, it was like under $100 round trip. But from Cleveland, it was like $380. So.
Yeah, it's again, like, I know I wasn't trying too hard, but it's like after seeing the number, it was like, yeah, well, maybe next time I'll get you. Not sorry, guys.
Right.
But
so I feel like today might be a shorter episode. And by short, I mean probably closer to the hour mark, right? It's a little later, I think, than we usually start. But I have something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. There's something that I'm very picky about. I know we did that whole episode, what was that, maybe 6 weeks ago on, it was longer than that, about personalizing everything, right? Me more so than you.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago, yeah.
That was a long time ago. I really enjoyed that episode. For the listeners, let me find out what episode that is. I think that's back when we were still naming the episodes like random things, so I don't even know if I could...
That might have been episode like 3.
No. Huh. I can't find it. It's back there somewhere. But anyway, so there's something, especially someone who wears as tight of pants as I do, the things that you have...
By choice, right?
Right, by choice. The things that you have in your pockets, it tends to be a more serious situation. You can only fit so much in there, even though I got these new pants from H&M recently that are like 50% spandex, and man, there is it's just, you're not inhibited in any way whatsoever. It is just free range of motion. I love it. But
Jesse has a pair of jeans that one time I felt them for the first time, and they were barely jeans. It was more like, it wasn't quite
jeggings,
those like fake pajama bottom jeggings.
Right.
It was just like you said, like this, I don't know if polymer is the right word, but sort of like they were built to stretch and be a little more comfortable,
Yeah.
And I was like, I was really blown away. I was like, wow, that seems like comfort, like the perfect comfort thing. I was very jealous, and I don't know if guys can do it, but
I do it
seemed like
every day.
Range of motion wise alone would be very nice.
I do it every day. They were, of course, yeah. I don't know what it is with me, man. I'll walk into a store and I'll pick out something I like, and it's the most expensive of that type of item, right? I went jean shopping.
You have high class taste, dude.
I know, dude. I went jean shopping, and obviously this doesn't compare to the price of like raw denim, but they were like $55, and I knew they were going to be work pants and destroyed within a day, but I consider going back and buying a second pair. They're from H&M. They are called like it's like 360 stretch technology, but they are the most comfortable pants I've ever owned. For some people, they might not be as tight. I have huge biker legs. They're not even considered skinnies. They're like slim fit, but they fit. They're like super tight on me. So maybe for the average person, they might be a little looser, super stretchy. I'd recommend them. Link in the show notes where you can buy your own H&M super stretchy, basically men's jeggings. But yeah, anyways.
Can you put a picture of your lower half in the show notes too?
Oh, I could do that. Although, so the pants are covered in this black stuff that we use to like seal holes on the roof. So they're just completely destroyed.
Stuff from the infomercial?
No.
Flex Seal? Like he Flex Seals what do they call the doors right near your real door in your house?
The
screen door.
drain.
He like Flex Seals a screen door and then puts it on the bottom of a boat. It's like Flex Seal.
Oh.
Flex your life. Don't drown. Flex Seal.
It's not Flex Seal. It's something else. But it just...
You can like feel the temperature of the earth rising as each spray bottle empties.
You can watch the oceans just start towering over your head.
Oh. I had to slip in my global warming thing.
Always, man. And hey, you know what? Let me take a real quick break. I know we're already so far off track from what I originally started saying. By the time this episode goes out on Friday, there will be 1 day left. If you are interested in Pat's global warming rants, or climate change as we call it now, author David Grinspoon, who you might know as Dr. Funky Spoon, he's an astrobiologist who hosts Star Talk Radio with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He recently sent us an autographed copy of his book that we're running a giveaway where you can win that book. It's at www.elemental.fm/win. You have 1 day left. If you are listening on Sunday, it is too late. But no one downloads on Sundays anyway. So just want to throw that in there because it seemed like the right time.
I have one simple question.
Yes.
Is it a good book?
It's, I got to tell you, I haven't read it myself because when I bought the book, I could only afford one.
I was just trying to set you up for like a quick, hell yeah, everyone enter, woo.
But I've read the reviews. I even read Bill Nye's review. He gave it 5 stars.
Wait, the Bill Nye?
The Bill Nye.
Of Science Guy fame?
Yes, and Saves the World fame, which we need to do an episode on that maybe next week.
Sure.
I've got some takes. So anyway,
are they hot?
Enter to win if you're into climate change, climate science. If you love the EPA and are sad that it's very quickly falling by the wayside, check out this book, learn what you can do, and how we are just very quickly destroying everything. So anyway, back to our pockets.
You were going to post a photo of your legs.
My lower half, is that it? I think I've already done that once in this show. I posted a picture of my legs for something.
Far too few. It should be a weekly occurrence. He's got nice legs, y'all.
So, Pat.
Shapely.
When you...
Sturdy.
When you leave the house...
But not like he focuses too much on the look. It's just a natural kind of vibe. It's good. You should check out the show notes.
Well, now they have to be there. So, Pat, when you leave the house, are there any number of items that have to be on you at all times?
Yes. My clothing.
I already disagree with you.
Keys, wallet, phone, and inhaler. That's about it.
Inhaler.
I am an asthmatic, yes.
Me too. I never have it on me, though. I'm always looking for it.
I usually never had to, but a couple years back when I was living with this one guy in Albuquerque, he was renovating the house. So there was a lot of like drywall dust in the vents whenever he would turn on the heat or AC. So I'd wake up like ready to die, basically. So I was having really bad attacks during that stretch, and then I kind of just got used to carrying it with me. So,
can you fit that in a pocket? It's just kind of
it's weird. It's what's that? Well, yeah, mostly. Sweater things here. Leave it in my car. I don't know. I've gotten used to just making sure it's around. It's pretty much the one thing I need.
Huh?
Just in case things were to go down. Moldy basements, dusty things, cats.
Right.
It's kind of the one thing that if I need the Hail Mary, I need it, or else things are going to get weird. So.
Yeah, God, I need to get better at that. I really do. For me, it's the same thing. I got my keys. I got it on a carabiner that always, pretty much it's, I actually have a really cool Zelda key holder right by my door. So I grab my keys, take a final check in the mirror, make sure I'm good. Got the carabiner hanger from my belt loop, and I actually just ordered new locking carabiners because mine falls off all the time and I leave my keys everywhere because I don't realize it fell off my pants. Got my wallet, of course, especially now that I'm working on like a government base. It's really crucial that I have my government issued contractor ID because I spent so many days in the visitor center, because I didn't have it. So the wallet has become even more important to me. In recent years, now that Apple Pay is a thing, I can pretty much get away with...
What pocket do you keep your wallet in?
Yeah. Oh man. So we're gonna get to this too, right? Well, let me ask you first because I'm curious.
I'm a southpaw, so back left.
Back left. Okay. Well, that's
so
interesting
back left, phone in front left, keys / inhaler in front right.
Oh my God. And
then my back right is for miscellaneous notes like grocery lists or things at work, that to-do lists, things like that.
That is insane to me.
Well, hey, it's a system that's been developed over many years, and what do you want me to say?
Well, first of all, I can't believe you fit that much in your pockets just at all. That seems crazy to me. You put the keys in the pocket?
Yeah. I mean, unless I have a jacket. Usually the inhaler is in a jacket or sweater pocket.
Okay.
Or it's in my car or at work in a drawer at my desk. The wallet by design, the phone's usually out in my hands or on the desk, so it doesn't really affect my sitting. The keys, I very intentionally have a thin wallet and only few keys,
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of the anti-George Costanza. Any excess is... I just don't want to waste any resources, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be... Anyway, like you said, it's a lot to put in your pockets, but I wouldn't put it there if it didn't, fit comfortably,
Right.
I'm not a masochist, Tom. I'm not a sadist. I'm not looking to torture myself.
My key situation needs to be condensed a little bit. Little fun fact.
Well, you hang them from your...
Right.
I mean, that's a different game altogether. You're not even playing the same sport.
Fun fact, I used to collect keychains as a kid in first grade, and I had this just wad of keychains, maybe the size of a basketball. I never took them anywhere with me, but I'm just imagining that hanging off my belt loop now. It was 5 pounds of keychains.
What did they open with?
No, they weren't keys. They were just keychains, from places. My mom and dad would always buy me them if they went somewhere.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
At what point does that become a weapon of sorts? It's this mass of metal connected to other, like a whip of metal.
It was, dude. It was huge.
Can you hook it to one of your loops, take a picture of your bottom half, and then put it in the show notes?
Just for you, Pat, I'll send that to your phone.
Yeah, I don't really care about the fans. There's some things I have needs.
So I used to keep my wallet. You're left-handed, so it makes sense that your wallet would be in your back left pocket. I'm right-handed, but my cell phone goes in my back right pocket. I'll sit on it sometimes. I don't really care too much. Never broken the screen.
I was just gonna say, why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I don't have room in the front pockets, dude. My pants are so tight.
I feel like your priorities are wildly skewed. Why would you... You're I need the pants to be so tight that occasionally I might sit and break my phone. To me, your priorities are that's just fundamentally flawed.
Well, also, if I'm sitting, I'm probably on my phone. I'm on my phone all the time. It's easier to get it out of my back pocket than my front one. So it's more an ease of access type thing.
Okay.
But maybe if you
should get a fanny pack.
I have one.
Actually, I just got one too.
So I have a Chrome fanny pack, which is a messenger, bike messenger company. I have one of their messenger bags too, but they make these fanny packs that attach to your belts. They're waterproof and they look so cool. So when I'm going on rides where I don't need my full bag, I'll throw on the fanny pack. It's pretty dope. But so I got my phone in the most important pocket, right? Back right. My front right pocket is empty. Always. Never anything in it. There's not allowed to be anything in it. And I used to keep a wallet in my back left pocket. I usually try to keep a pretty thin wallet, but I've never really cared too much about wallets. I think I've owned 4 in my entire life. I remember my first wallet was a nylon Velcro red Volcom wallet that I don't know, my mom might have bought it for me. And I only remember
More
that.
wallets or girlfriends at this point?
I don't think I had a girlfriend at this point.
Total. Have you had more wallets or girlfriends through the years?
More girlfriends. I've only had 4 or 5 wallets. So I remember it specifically because I was on the... what's the water ride at Waldemere called? The log flume one.
Log River?
Thunder River. I was on Thunder River. I lost my wallet. It had like $2 cash in there. I ran back around the line. Someone returned my wallet and stole my $2.
That's the most eerie thing I've ever heard.
So I remember that. After that, I had this real thick trifold leather one that Seth Taylor's dog ate. After that, I had a $5 wallet from American Eagle. It was a Bifold blue wallet with tiny white anchors on it. And actually, I had that until my current wallet. So I used to keep it in the back left pocket. And I was listening to Cortex, the podcast from Relay FM with CGP Grey, and this dude has thought he has more. Oh man, he has more preferences than anyone I've ever heard of in my life, and he convinced me to put the wallet in the front left pocket, which is great now because the pair of shorts I own doesn't have a back left pocket. Which I'm glad I already made the transition, so I was used to it. So I keep the wallet in my front left pocket. But before that, I would always separate the cash because I was terrified of losing my wallet and having a bunch of cash in it because I was a barista making cash tips. So I'd keep the cash in my front left, wallet in the back, no cash in it. So if I lost it, not a big deal. But now I don't even ever have cash on me, so wallet front left, and I currently am rocking a very slim wallet, and just want to say this is the wallet episode. We've been planning this for a while. We reached out to... So I wanted a new wallet, because again, I've had this one from American Eagle for like maybe 7 years at this point, and it had the ability to hold too much stuff, so I put too much stuff in it. And I wanted a really nice slim wallet, and I talked to you about it, and I said, what if we go on a hunt for the perfect wallet? So we reached out to like maybe 9 different companies. We tried to find all different kinds of wallets. I inquired about carbon fiber wallets, aluminum wallets, leather, wood, even a wallet that had an iPhone charger in it. And you know, I would have been bummed out, but only one company sent us samples of their wallets, and it happened to be the wallet that I actually wanted the most. Right now, I'm currently rocking the Pickers wallet from Whipping Post. Pat and I both have this. I got the all black leather with the white contrast stitching on it, and I sent you the tan leather, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, the tan leather also has the white stitching. But two things that I love about this wallet, maybe 3. First of all, it looks great, right? It only allows you to put so much stuff in it. Like, it is very strict on like how much you're allowed to put in this thing. But my favorite thing is that it holds a guitar pick in it. And I am always looking for a guitar pick. So now there's always one in my front left pocket, and that alone personally sold me on this wallet. But I think you don't have the same opinion on that. Is that correct?
Well, yes. The guitar pick is a little flashy for my taste.
Ooh, a little flashy.
Just like your crazy wallet in the front pocket theories. It's actually there's no rules anymore in society, and no, quality leather. Apparently, I don't know leather very well. A very pretty looking product with the white stitching, like you mentioned. Thin, so I'm in, but it's a little tough to squeeze the cards in certain slots, I guess. Like you said, it's restrictive intentionally, which I like. So I've only had 3 wallets in my life.
Wow.
3 girlfriends, 3 wallets. Now that I was thinking about the answer to my own question to you earlier. Like the first one my sister got me in like 10th grade in high school. It was like a black trifold leather wallet. And eventually I had sat it down to be so thin that I had like a license and a debit card for like high school and college stuff. And then I would just fold the money in half and put it in the center third just to keep it from over folding, you know? Which might have not make sense, but Anyway, I'm looking for like if I can put it below my left butt bone and sit without it affecting my spine like at all when I sit. Right. That's kind of the dream, I guess. Anyway, I might have only had 2 wallets.
See, trifolds are out of control though, right? I mean, I feel like...
I mean, usually, yeah. I was kind of like... The one I had, it was as thin as the one I have now somehow. I still don't understand.
That's really interesting to me.
Right. Because now, at first, I was like, I don't want a billfold because I don't want my money to be able to slip out the sides. It felt very not secure.
Do you have cash on you?
Like, very rarely, but sometimes.
Okay.
But I went to the airport and I got like for $20 or $30 a new wallet when mine broke. After like what, however long you had your current one.
Right.
And I thought it was going to break the minute I got it, but... Here we are, I guess. So now I just have the whipping post one on retainer. That's not the right way to use that phrase, but I guess I'd probably just remove the pick, I guess.
Well, okay, so they actually make a wallet. It's just called Small Wallet. It's the exact same thing without the pick. Let me make this
wildly clear. Their whole small, thin wallet, way of thinking is
the truth.
So wonderful.
It is the truth.
Yeah, it's the only way people should. Any excess is unnecessary, personally. People are like Seinfeld fans, I guess. They're like, Costanza, putting all the receipts in. It's like, you guys are doing things in a way that I don't quite agree with, I suppose. But, yes, this is, it is nice. But it came in a very nice packaging, all that,
Oh, their packaging
it would only hold,
amazing.
3 things comfortably? Is that fair? Like no cash, 3 cards tops?
Well, if you give it like a week, the leather will stretch and allow for more things to fit in it. But I want to do a segment where we take everything out of our wallets and we talk about what's currently in them. Because honestly, to me, that's super interesting. I don't know if it is to you.
I can name it right now. License, debit, credit, library, gets me into work, health insurance card. Done.
That's a lot of cards.
Well, I need the fob or whatever to get into work. It unlocks the door. I don't need the library card. It just the pockets are stretched a certain amount, and it made sense, I guess. I had a Giant Eagle card there, but I don't really shop there, so I forget why I have my healthcare one on me.
So this is what I'm talking about. You had space in the wallet, so you filled it, right?
I don't know. I used to go to the library a lot more. I guess now I
right.
Now that my friends got me a Fire Stick, I don't need to go get free DVDs anymore.
Right.
I guess I don't need the health one. I just hated being without it. But this one's very cash unfriendly. I'm not trying to be like old school. Remember when we carried cash? Because nobody remembers that, and everyone else who's old and thinks they're better because of it is lame. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Lay your thoughts on me. Lay your wisdom on my sweet ears with those nice thighs of yours.
I want to tell you a story about this guy that I worked with. He was on my crew for one day, and he pulled a wallet out of his back pocket that honestly I think might have been bigger than the Costanza wallet.
That he sat on? He chose to sit on it?
Yes. And this is the experience that actually sparked the whole thing. Because my wallet, I felt like was too thick, and it was maybe 1/10 of the size of this. So I was like, dude, what is going on with your wallet? He's like, yeah, I know, dude. I need to like thin it out. I was like, let's do it right now. Like we were on break. I was like, let's do it. The first thing he pulls out is his college gym ID. He graduated from college 7 years ago, and he had a plastic card to get into this gym. And I was like, Matt, throw it out. He was like, I don't know, man. I don't want to throw it away because it has like my name on it, and people might be able to track it back to me. And that went down a whole rabbit hole of he said it like it was so normal. He said, I hate when people send me junk mail because obviously I can't throw it out because it has my name and address on it. So already this dude's got some issues, right?
Right. I mean, I rip up my mail sometimes, but that doesn't take very long to do.
So this guy's wallet had, I mean, the only thing it was missing was the breath mint in George's wallet, right? I mean, it was out of control.
His birth certificate almost.
So the thing that I love about the whipping post wallet is if you if you want to fit 5 cards in it, too bad. You really can't, you know? There's not, you might be able to, but you can definitely tell it's like the leather stretching a little bit for it.
Well, it has 5 slots. Can we just say that?
Okay, so I'll describe it. There's also a picture in the show notes.
ID, slot, cash slot, 2 more slots, pick slot.
Right. So
I'm not insane with the number of items.
No. So there's a picture in the show notes. You can check out the other things they offer. They have the same version of this wallet without the pick in it. Maybe I'll buy that for you in case, and I'll send that one to Zach or something. I don't know.
Sure.
So I'll tell you what's in mine. It has a dedicated ID slot, which I love. I have my ID in here. In that back slot, this is already more than I would like to have, but I need my government ID to get on base, right? I keep my healthcare card, which is not a full plastic card. It's real thin. And I keep one of my business cards. That's all I got in the front half. And then I keep debit card, credit card, which I can actually get rid of because I don't ever want to use that. So right now I'm already thinking it out. Taking the credit card out. In the center slot, where you can put cash, I have the the receipts from my certified mail for when I sent in my tax returns 4 days late, which now I can get rid of. So I'm simplifying this even further. I have a debit card, health insurance card, ID, one business card, and my government contractor ID. That's all I have in this wallet. And the pick, it could not possibly be any thinner. So when it is in my front pocket of my super tight pants, it's almost like it's not even there. And like I said, man, if I wanted to load this thing with a bunch of stuff, you really couldn't. So it keeps it like restricted, you know, because like I'm kind of the person that kind of just picks up things along the way. And I used to do a wallet clean like every like 6 months and get it down to a reasonable size. But now with this, it's like you kind of have to do it, you know, more often than that. So that's what I like about it. Other than just like the design, it's really nice leather. The stitching's cool. I mean, personally, I think I would have preferred the tan one, but you know, you're my bud.
The tan one looks very good.
The tan one looks amazing. I mean, the black one looks good too. I am a little jealous of the tan one though. I'm not gonna lie to you. But man, I love it. Like I have a little leather thing that's on my keychain that's supposed to hold a guitar pick. I think it can hold 2, but the button always snaps, and then I end up just losing 2 guitar picks at a time. So that's pretty unreasonable. But having it on the wallet, although, so what do I use here? I use Dunlop. They're the green ones. I think it's 0.88 millimeters. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so it's 0.88 millimeters. It's the green pick. Doesn't look good with the black. So I think I like the wallet so much, I might try to find new guitar picks.
There you go.
So just want to give a huge shout out to Whipping Post because I love my wallet. They have so much cool stuff there. If you're into like, this is just a little sleeve, you know, it doesn't fold, doesn't open. They have a bunch of different products there. And if you want to tweet at us, let us know which pocket you keep your wallet in. We're on Twitter @_reminiscentfm.
Do they offer ones that fold that are just nice leather like this?
I think they do have folding ones. And, you know, I wish I would have maybe inquired with you a little bit more about which
I'm not opposed to the fold.
Okay.
It's just how thin it ends up being. You know what I mean? It's almost like the lack of fold forces the cards to be set in a way that are thicker than the cards naturally would lie if pressed together in a wallet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm just saying, in theory, they're right on point with what we're trying to accomplish. I'm just thinking one of their folding nice leather wallets might lie in a way that is also conducive to cash if need be, etc.
Okay. So I just sent you a picture on your phone if you want to check. They offer 2 different bifolds. They have one with pick, one without. They look exactly how I think it would. After seeing, you know, the one that we have, they also, this is interesting. They have I like this one a lot. It is a bifold card case. So it's kind of a different take on a wallet. It opens and you have cards from either side on the inside. I'll send you a picture, Pat. And it really only holds cards, but I think if I were to get a bifold again, it would definitely be this one. All right, sending you the picture now. Would you like to describe it to the listeners?
Once I get it, yes. What am I describing?
You've got a better way with words than I do. Oh my God. In the ID slot for this, they have a picture of Elvis Presley. That's pretty cool.
Wait, which one am I describing?
Both of them. I guess it's pretty easy.
Yeah, you did.
Wallets.
Yeah, the other one's just a traditional wallet with the leather, like I was saying. The other one is like a fold, like it's got two pockets. It's just like a folder like you'd have in middle school, but a wallet, and you could put cards or cash in either side. To me, that's a little chaotic. But my dad, I think, has something similar. He's so focused on getting thin that he throws all rules towards the... He's an insane...
Right.
I'm just saying. We live in a society that has rules, Tom.
That's kind of where I'm at, too. I'm just totally focused on... Oh, look at the picture I just sent you, though. That is a nice shot of the front of that, the card sleeve, though.
Yes. Yeah, very, very, very aesthetically pleasing products.
Oh, it's good, dude. And that holds 8 to 9 cards. And again, who has cash on them? I mean, my God. I hardly even pay with my card anymore. I use my iPhone and my thumbprint. It's 2017, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, I've never really got onto the Apple Pay train.
Well, let me tell you why you should.
Okay.
Do you remember 2 years ago when Target got hacked and people got the hackers got everyone's credit card details?
Yes.
So with Apple Pay, what it does, from my understanding, it sends an authorization code to the retailer rather than your credit card details. So it keeps the details on the phone under, encryption. And then it sends an authorization code to the retailer, and then it does the transaction through the bank. So say Target got hacked, they wouldn't have your information. So you're not susceptible to hacking and fraud like other people are when they're throwing their debit card around.
That sounds nice.
It's awesome, dude.
I'll have to check it out.
And I have a new chip card, and I've had it for maybe 2 months, 3 months, and it already doesn't work anymore. So everywhere I go, I have to put the chip card in, and it goes, and you have to take it out. I have to do that 3 times before it says, okay, try swiping the magnetic strip. And
Why doesn't it work?
What was that?
What happened to it?
I have no idea. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work anywhere. So now most places take Apple Pay. I just throw my phone up to it, and it's done in half a second, And no one else has my thumbprint, so no one else is using Apple Pay. They don't even show you. I don't think they even show you the card. Let me check the card number on there. Yeah, they don't even show the card number. So if someone had my phone, they're not using Apple Pay. So I think it's way more secure. And again, maybe someday you'll get even one more thing out of the wallet, and you can make that thing even slimmer. Sounds nice, right?
Nice. Indeed it does, good sir.
So man, throughout this conversation, I thinned out my wallet by about 2 cards worth. I'm feeling really good about that, actually. Well, again, I love this. I think I should be calling it a sleeve, not a wallet. I would definitely be open to trying that card sleeve, though. That looks nice. If you're interested, if we've convinced you, not that we're trying to, I'm just super stoked about the wallet. Links in the show notes. Their website is whippingpost.com. Whipping as in like a whoosh, whip, post, P-O-S-T. Check it out. Buy yourself one of the best wallets you'll ever own. How's that sound?
And if you are a fat wallet person, tweet at us and explain why you hate yourself.
Either way, just tweet at us. It's mostly just me and Matt talking back and forth.
Yeah, that came
on
out kind of less of a friendly vibe than I thought. Yeah, we accepting of all wallet thicknesses, mostly. Follow us on Twitter.
I mean, we'll accept, but we'll judge, man. There's no need.
Yes. Yeah, there's still something wrong with you, but...
If you have your gym ID from 10 years ago, oh, man, you need more help than we can offer.
Unless the student ID is still getting him into, concerts and bars for cheap.
It was from like Arizona.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
it was from a different
night?
State.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
There's no way to validate it.
He's not going to like singles night at the whatever bar on campus still or something.
He's just too paranoid to throw it away.
The paranoia thing's kind of new, and I guess I understand, but also I don't. Like, can just cut it up, rip it up, right?
I don't know, dude. I mean, they make shredders now that basically just turn it to a fine powder. So if you have a room full of junk mail, dude, just invest the money, $100 for a shredder, dude. My God.
That does sound kind of nice.
Yeah, man. I think I want a shredder. I don't really have anything to shred, but I would like to think that it would be motivation to be important enough to need it eventually to validate the purchase. Or am I just trying to spend money that I don't have?
Well, you know, sometimes that feels like the case, but I don't know. You know? Yeah, I don't know. Shredding things is also fun, so I think there's a little bit of an entertainment value as well.
I've never done it.
There's a little bit of danger, which is kind of sexy.
In case you don't get those fingies out of the way fast enough?
Yeah. Protect the fingies.
I
and your
don't
legs.
know.
All your appendages, but especially your legs.
I don't even know how it started, but I started saying fingies a lot. I think I said it in the granola baking video, and I've just been saying it lately. Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not really, I guess. I wasn't sure what shape this episode was going to take. And we've been waiting to do the wallet thing. We have a little bit of music housekeeping to catch up on.
Right.
So I don't know if you just want to do that and wrap it up and yeah.
Sure. So like quick highlight of the week, spend some time on Paramore and Nervous Dater. And
yes, did you listen to Kelly Said?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I want it to be an authentic reaction. Actually, you know what? I wanted to say something before about fingies. But like, yeah, so I've been saying fingies a lot. I don't know why. But one of my coworkers said it today. He said fingies instead of fingers. And I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like on top of the world. Like I was always the person to adopt someone else's saying. But now it's like I said something that someone else did. And made me feel good, man.
That's a good feeling.
Real good.
That might be a gall darn highlight of the week in itself right there.
It might be. Do you want to get into that?
I think yours qualifies. That's a good feeling.
Well, I don't. You're gonna pick my highlight of the week?
I was always jealous of Kevin and Mark, friends of ours from junior high.
I know.
Who just misuse words, and they didn't care who thought it was cool, which made it cool. You know, like they just would use it in a way that
it was
made
casual.
sense to them. And,
anything that was cool was casual.
Yeah, that's casual.
And it just took off, dude. And I remember we were talking about our old band last week. We wanted to change our name, I think, and corporate casual was one of the things we were talking about. And I remember I was washing dishes at Eaton Park, and I snuck away into like the back room pretending like I was changing the Coke syrup. And I remember someone said corporate casual, and you're like, it sounds a little bit too much like something corporate. And I was like, man, that sounded pretty cool though.
Oh, my bad.
Ruined it, man.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, they definitely had something going on. They would just come up with phrases, and then the whole school started using it, or what it felt like the whole school to me anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. Just like, you're not using that right. That's not the definition of that word. They'd be like, yeah. And that would be that. It'd be like, your lackluster energy level and disdain for authority are so contagious.
So man, I might need to think about my highlight. I think I don't know. I didn't really do anything much. I played Zelda for like 4 hours straight on Sunday. Cause you
just said you got a phrase to catch on at work.
Yeah, I guess that could qualify.
You literally just said out loud, I feel proud about that. So
okay, there we go. Highlight of the week.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Everyone starts saying fingies instead of fingers. Maybe toesies.
Yeah.
That's too common.
Put a little stank on it.
What about you, Pat? Is it, let me guess, is it Sing Jesse?
My highlight of the week by far would be our good friend Zach and the third host of this show finally joining us for a program.
And being on video, that was so much fun, man. It was
kind of surreal. You and I have never actually looked at each other while doing it until that episode.
Not even once. Not even the first time.
Yeah. And it's, unfortunately, Zach works early. I guess so do you, but...
I think I worked 2.5 hours earlier, but it's okay.
It depends what the time zone math is, but he couldn't join us this week, but hopefully he can find a way to nap and come back, because it was a good time. It was, I hadn't talked to him in a while, and it kind of makes you remember, keeping up friendships, especially when you're not in the same city, take work, and it was good to have him, good to hear from him.
Yeah, I really want to get him on next week because, you know what? This might also be a good highlight of the week. I don't know. Megan and I went to a couple open houses over the weekend, just kind of for fun, but we do want to buy a house pretty much as soon as possible. Because, we're throwing $20,000 away this year for rent, which is crazy. But we found this house that was I'm going to say reasonably priced, but that means $525,000. But it was a big 5-bedroom house with a giant yard and a garden in it, a two-car garage, and the real estate agent was one of the nicest dudes ever. He was actually from DC as well. Had a really great conversation, and he likes a lot of the same music that I do. So he was like, "Man, I'll send you links to free shows and stuff, anything." But it got me really excited about maybe someday possibly buying a house. And I wanted to talk to Zach about it because he is the only of us that is actually a homeowner. So that might...
Yeah, I was wondering if that would be something he wanted to talk about, because sometimes I think it's a source of stress for him, mostly because of the renovations he's undertaking.
Right, he's renovating literally everything, right?
Right. Part of me thought that would be fun, and I don't think it wouldn't be, but after living in that atmosphere for a little while in Albuquerque, it seems like it would get old after a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the years you can make your house your own and little projects here and there. Maybe it's more about a little bit as you go instead of let's buy a junkyard and build a space container house up to the moon. 7 stories.
Yeah, because I
one of the stories would just be portraits of your thighs.
Ooh. Ones that you've taken when I wasn't watching.
Right. You'd be like, where are these from?
I haven't owned those pants in 10 years. What is this?
Be like, my mind. We're both dead. We're dreaming.
So let's move on to the music. John. You it's been a while since we've done this because we had
Yeah, you had me listen to Little Dicky Molly, which was an incredible music video. Very good song, but better music video. At first, I thought, he was getting married, and then it hit you. And you feel like we've all been there, even if we haven't been to an actual wedding of someone we used to go out with. But it hits you in the feels, man. There's some serious, that thing packs a punch. And then the other one was just a smooth R&B song, or not R&B, but...
kind of.
What was it called again?
It was called Another Day in Paradise by Quinn. I think it's 92. It's XCII.
Yeah, I could see clicking a playlist that had a thumbnail of a beach, party mix vibe thing on Spotify, and it coming on while I was at a party and not minding it or something. It's not something I would be like, yo, this is the message I want to sink into. But it was a very easygoing, nice party tune.
Yeah, I love that song mostly because it's got a lot of electronic elements to it, and in a lot of songs the bass is the heaviest during the chorus, and in this song I thought it was really unique that there was no bass in the chorus at all, and other than the dude's phenomenal voice, I think that's what stuck out to me. I was like, whoa, this is different, and then it kind of goes in and out, so then when it comes back in, it really hits. I really, really, really appreciate that. I think it's really quite a unique and special bass line. So I bump it in my car quite often. It's very good. If you want to hear these songs, they will also be in the show notes. You could find at elemental.fm/reminiscent/27, along with this week's recommendations. You gave me Nervous Dater quite a while ago.
Yes.
I listened to the first song. It was like the really funny name. What was it? It's like Zabba Dabba.
Oh, Abba Zabba, You're My Only Friend or whatever.
Yeah. And I was listening to it with Megan. I was listening to it on my nice studio monitors. And obviously the production quality it's good. It's for like a lower budget EP, it's passable. I think that the girl's voice, I wish either you're gonna hate this, if not pitch corrected, just better takes of it. But I thought during this first song, like there's something there. Like if they came out with another EP that was maybe picked up by a very small indie label that gave them even like a $5,000 budget, that this band could be like, I think I would love them.
Did you listen to Kelly Said?
You told me to listen to Kelly Said, and that song is incredible. I love it.
Yes, thank you.
I love it. And okay, like musically,
it brings the thunder.
It's great, and her voice is it's the best on that song. It's clearly the best song on that album, and it sounds like they spent the most time on it. I don't understand why it's not the single on the EP.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
It drives me crazy. It should be. It absolutely should be. I feel like that's the song that's really going to grab people.
Yeah, it's the one on Spotify that has the most listens by them, I think. So
yeah. So it's going to be a band that I'll probably like on Facebook. Not only that, but click the follow button because I want to know if they're coming through town. I want to know if they have new music coming up. It was really good, man. It was really, really, really good.
Yeah, because I had listened, Spotify had like the Discover playlist or whatever. And I listened to that one song, the first song on the EP. And I went to the band. I was like, this is pretty good, We like when you're kind of unconsciously listening at work and you're like a hook catches your ear, even though you're concentrating on something else. Anyway, I visited the band and I was like, okay, Kelly Said is like the one that's listened to the most. Here we go. And then it's like, whoa. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's thunder bringing. It is, it's earth shattering, shaking, I should say. It is, it's good. It's good. It's just an easy song to be like, yeah, to.
Super good.
Like, yeah. Yes. And then this week, I have been listening to a lot of Leon Bridges and his song River off of, I think, his latest album. Maybe it came out in 2016. Nothing too new, but I'm just kind of digging it now. But River by Leon Bridges, it is smooth as silk, kind of soulful, and it will take you where you need to go, I think.
So I want to give a shout out to my friend Jenna here. She lives in Denver. She might be one of the only people I know outside of work, and I also met her at a past job. She listens to some very similar music as me, and she actually hit me up one day asking if I've heard the new Have Mercy record yet. And at that point I didn't, but I downloaded it because they're a band from Baltimore. I listened to their last album. It was very good. Their new album, Make the Best of It. I'm not going to say that I've fallen in love with it yet because I don't think that's quite true, but they have some songs that I definitely do really, really enjoy. There's a few on here. I wasn't really sure which one I wanted to recommend, but I'm going to give you American Bliss by Have Mercy.
Okay. You can give me 2 or 3 if you want.
Well, it's either American Bliss or like the chorus of Disagree is really good too. I don't know. They're kind of more in the vein of Boston Manor, which was a recommendation from a couple months ago. Kind of emo, not heavy, but just like not pop punk either. I think it's just like emo. I don't know. But it's good, and they can really write a chorus. And if my friend didn't let me know about that, it probably would have slipped right on by me. So I just missed them 2 weeks ago in Denver with real friends. A little bummed out about that.
So many people go through Denver. I feel like it's the prime location to have a show.
When I moved to DC, I thought, this is great. So many good bands are going to come through here. No one went through there. No one I wanted to listen to was either driving an hour and a half to Baltimore or an hour and a half to Richmond. But everyone comes to Denver, dude. It is like, because where else are you going to go in Colorado? Nowhere, really.
Right.
So Denver's the place that makes me so happy. There's a lot of like smaller venues. There's also Red Rocks, which I've never been to, but everyone says it's like the greatest place on earth. Locals, people from out of town, touring bands, everyone. So I'm excited for that to happen at some point.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for you this week, man. I
probably one of the more Instagrammable places in the entire state. I know they have those lists of like most Instagram, like. So I don't know if Red Rocks is too mainstream, you Colorado weirdos, but obviously a very beautiful place.
Well, and see, that's what I find interesting. Like when I was in like DC, it was like, oh, Jiffy Lube Live or whatever. It was like where all the huge bands went, but no one like really loved the place. They just loved that bands went through there. And I didn't think their sound system was very good. Like if you were in the pit, all the sound went right past you. Like I remember seeing My Chemical Romance there with Blink-182. I couldn't hear the vocals at all, like not even a little bit. I saw Gerard Way's mouth moving. I didn't hear a word. It was just bad. But locals like my buddy Jacob, who I work with, he's lived here his whole life, and he talks about Red Rocks like it is heaven on earth. And
maybe it's more of an experience or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I know like the Avid brothers go there once a year, I think, and people like journey out just to have that experience year in and year out. To me, that's a little intense, but mostly because I only kind of like the Avid brothers.
Right.
But there's so many other venues and cities in America to check out. But you should go and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I don't think I really listened to like too many bands that would go through there. Like, I don't know if Blink would go through there.
So I never went there, but when I was in New Mexico, I went up to Telluride and saw the Blues and Brews Festival there.
I also heard from that same guy, Jacob, that Telluride is like one place you have to see before you die. He said that if anyone were to propose, he thinks everyone should propose at Telluride.
It was pretty darn tootin'. It was quite swell. We got there in the middle of the night. The tent was a little frosty.
Oh, right, yeah.
Friends had thankfully set up our tent for us, but we just things are legal there, and there was a beer festival. So like the best breweries in like the Mountain Time Zone were there. Some from Albuquerque and stuff. And Sharon Jones, before she died, she was at that particular Telluride Blues and Brews, and
cool.
It was just in a different wavelength, man. It was really, I don't want to sound like too much of a hippie, but it was just like, yeah, man. It was good. Beautiful, just beautiful fall setting. Ski mountains without the snow, obviously, but just, a little bit of yellow trees dripped in, the background, and hazy mountain town. Good stuff.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'm excited to check it out. I'm sure anything that goes through there is going to be pretty expensive, though.
Yeah, I think they're, the only two things I know for sure. I mean, there's definitely more, but I'm sure I would assume. But the Bluegrass, which apparently it's impossible to get tickets to, and the Blues and Brews, with which those tickets sell out a lot, I think.
Gotcha.
And I think with the internet now, everybody knows about all the, like, nothing's a good, well-kept secret anymore. So I think you actually you got to get on the email list and be ready and decide that you are going before the tickets go on sale to most of this stuff. And
yeah. Well, not that I would really go to the Blues and Brews Festival, but I get what you mean. I understand.
I know you don't like blues, and I'm not sure how much you like blues, so.
I will, if I hear a blues band as I'm walking down the street, I'll stop in and listen. I think I'm a bigger fan of bluegrass than blues, but I'll get down with it for sure.
Yeah. To a certain degree, there's like a live music quotient or a live music minimum of enjoyment. You know what I mean?
Right,
no matter what. I've been to country bars with Jesse and some people I had met in New Mexico that were a little more, every once in a while we'd do that type of night.
Sure.
I'd find a plaid shirt I owned and go. But if it was live music, every once in a while the band would cover a Nirvana song or just, you know what I mean? Like live music's live music to a certain degree. So anyway, I'm rambling at this point.
It's all good. Do you want to call it there? Call it a night? I'll get my solid 5 hours of sleep tonight.
Yes. Get well. You need to rest, man. You're coughing. You got guests coming. You need to be kind to your body. Hydrate. Eat fruits and vegetables.
Definitely need to hydrate more, man. I'll get on that.
Yes, not to be like your mom for like a quick second.
No, dude. I mean, that's seriously. I'm so sick of you acting like that. No, I'm just
I know. I just care about your well-being and the well-being of your lower half.
I feel like you only use me for my quads.
Hey, man, that wouldn't be the first time somebody said that to
me. Well, man, I hope you sleep tight. I hope you enjoy your Monday night, and I hope all of our listeners will rush over to whippingpost.com. And I don't know, man. I really like their wallets, and I feel like more people should treat their you tell us, either your bottom or your left back pocket, left front pocket. Just treat it well, man. Just whatever you put in there, make sure it's small. I mean, God, get rid of some stuff, man.
Yeah, let go, move on, open up a new chapter.
And if just thinking, you made me think of our meditation podcast.
Oh yeah, she's not coming back, man. Cut up the gym card.
If you go back a few episodes, you can hear our meditation episode. And
you should tell people to buy those like guitar pick makers and just make guitar picks out of their old cards.
Ooh, yeah. Actually,
Pinterest board that ish.
Real quick before we get out of here, last thing I promise. I remember you showing up to a show at Forward Hall. You couldn't find a guitar pick, so you took your sister's old Chuck E. Cheese employee badge and you cut it into a rough triangle and you played a show with it.
Yeah. That pretty much tells everybody how good I was and how the sound wouldn't have been that much better or worse than my natural ability was allowing me to reach.
Oh, man.
I think Pete Wentz's bass parts were simpler or harder, more complex somehow than the bass parts you guys wrote for me.
Hey, you had that one good part in Cradle Robber. Doom, doom, doom. No. Yeah. Right?
I know. I think I played it wrong the whole time. I think if we go back and really dissect it, I think to this day I don't know how to play that one part of it.
Oh, man. Well, we had a good time either way.
Yeah, I think, I still don't know what you actually were wanting me to do.
Oh, man. Well, I hope you have a good night, man.
But now I kind of want to learn it because now that, since I've like been an adult playing an acoustic guitar every once in a while, I definitely, back then we were all doing, I had other stuff on my mind, which was unfair to you guys, but now I want to now I wish I knew where you were coming from and what it did sound like and, understand it a little better.
No worries, bud. We'll meet up and jam again sometime.
Yes, we shall.
Well, again, I hope you have a good night. It's great talking to you as always. I'm excited to hear those songs, and you can tweet at the show again, _reminiscent FM. You can find the show notes at elemental.fm/reminiscent/27. You can check out the competition at /win. And if you're into space technology, space policy, anything like that, you can check out the Ad Astra podcast, also on Elemental FM /Ad Astra. They just sent me their files for episode 11. It's getting better every time. So check it out. And that's all for this week. Love you, Pat. I'll talk to you later.
Love you too, baby. Bye.
Bye.